Hello, eavesdroppers. Welcome to another pop culture tarot reading. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope everyone is feeling like $1,000,000. All right, everything I say in this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I have no proof. On today's episode, we are going to be looking into Meghan Metcalf, the mother of Austin and Hunter Metcalf, who has obviously been embroiled in this whole controversy, this trial, this case, the death of her son. And there's a lot going on with this case that just makes no sense to me. There's even people saying that Austin is still alive and it's Hunter who was actually taken in the incident. I have no clue. They're saying that Hunter, if he is still alive, he's actually dating his brother's girlfriend and assuming his life. He even has his role on the football team now. He's not almost like taking over his life. Like I said before, I get a Cain and Abel feel from them, as he was said to be the twin who wasn't the favorite of both parents. So I just find that very interesting. But let's get into Meghan Metcalf. We'll see if any of the other energies come out. We may even ask those questions in the end. But show me Meghan Metcalf's energy spirit. All right, so we have Kiss My Grits, number 15. No thank you, walk away, refusal, know your worth, self-respect, and strength. I feel like this gives me a lot of ego. I feel like this is dismissive. I get the number 15 here, the devil energy, ego. I just get unchecked ego from this. I feel that this is a lesson in parenting. When parenting goes wrong, I feel there's a strong message here of her, the way they reared their children. I feel like this is the result of rearing children and the children in a way where they don't value other people's lives, where they think everything is about them and you don't make them, humanitarians and, empathetic people, beings that know how to exist peacefully with other beings. There's something that they learned in that home that I feel like she carries within her, as well as the father as well. She doesn't care what people are thinking about what she's done, what she hasn't done, any of the cover-up that's taken place. She doesn't care. All right, we have It's Raining Cats and Dogs. We have temporary intensity, surrender, this too shall pass, release and cleansing. I feel like this is actually, she doesn't realize that what she thinks is the storm is the calm before the storm. There's so much coming her way that she doesn't see. They think they've gotten away with this crime. They have not. They haven't. There's so much misinformation out there. There's so much cover-up. She's aware of it. Okay, I do feel like obviously there's emotions here with the water. I feel like there's emotions. I feel like she is seeing this time in her life as something that has been difficult, but at the same time, she doesn't realize that she hasn't seen anything yet. All right, we have how far are we? Almost, steady progress, stamina, travel, a road trip, and enjoying the journey. Number 23, and I feel like this is the benefits that came out in Austin's reading, where these people are reaping benefits. They all have their own individual GoFundMe accounts, which is insane because they did not need to pay for legal assistance. And yet the narrative in the media and the public is that Karmelo's parents were milking this crime with the GoFundMe when they were not even the ones who benefited financially. They used money to move and to pay for legal counsel that did not even defend their child. So she's maybe traveling, she may be doing some things, checking some things off of her bucket list due to the money that she's getting. Maybe there's a big move here for her. She feels like she's getting back on track. Okay. All right, we have Give Me Some Sugar, number 22. Hugs and kisses, adoration, snuggling, pillow talk, bonding, and someone's favorite. So it looks like someone is getting her attention romantically. This is where her focus is on. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have Over Yonder, number 28. Focus forward, anticipation, potential, eyes on the prize, choices, and surprises. Yeah, I do feel like she may be moving. She may be moving to a more rural, mountainous area. There are a lot of mountains here. It almost feels like she wants more anonymity. She's not in the media as much as the father. So I do feel like she kind of wants to live a quiet life and enjoy her money that she's, grifted off of this tragedy. And I do mean grifted because that's what it is. And there are so many grifters in this case. All right, so let's see. Show me more about Meghan Metcalf. All right, we have receipts ready. Evidence is lining up. Messages reveal motives, and truth is undeniable. I told y'all, there's something that's going to come out. Things will be exposed. There are receipts that are being ready, y'all. Okay, so evidence is lining up. There's messages. There are things going on behind the scenes that we do not know about. Could be Carmelo's team that's working hard on this. Could be other people who know that they are in jeopardy of losing their freedom or being convicted, who may end up telling. All right, we have reconciliation, heart-to-heart talk, owning mistakes, choosing to rebuild, and new rules, same souls. I feel like this is the past being reconciled. I feel like this is the universe saying that everything that's done in the dark comes to the light. These answers have to be, we have to get answers here. Questions have to be answered. We have unbothered, not reacting to nonsense, letting people think what they want, energy focused on your own lane, and peace is the flow. So she's enjoying herself, especially this summer. I see a pool. So she may be going on some trips and vacations, and that's falling under the travel card. So she may be traveling right now. She may be vacationing or taking her dream vacations. I do feel like she's enjoying much more success and money than she ever has before. All right, and we have stop chasing approval. You don't need validation to be worthy. Approval isn't the goal, and your truth stands on its own. So I do feel like there may be at some point a desire for her to speak out more. Okay. Maybe she's even telling someone something who will end up, sharing something she shared in secret, as the saying pillow talk here. So I also feel like this is maybe her maybe feeling frustrated with the media tour her ex-husband is on. She could be saying, hey, we need to be quiet. The more we talk, the more we expose, the more at risk we are for being caught. All right, bottom of the deck, we have heartbreak residue. Past wounds affect the present. Old emotions reappear suddenly, and healing is still in progress. And so she is definitely grieving the loss of her son. All right, what else? Okay, so we have hot and cold, selective warmth, on, off attention loop, emotional temperature set by them, intimacy only when convenient. She better watch whoever she aligns with. If she just met someone since this tragedy and she collected this money, she has to watch out for that. Because there's somebody here that's giving her compliments. It says compliment trap, flattery with expectation, emotional bait, praise used to influence you. So she better watch out for someone trying to get cozy and close to her money. All right, bottom of the deck, we have self-care Sunday. Prioritizing rest, recharge, emotionally pampering yourself, me time matters. So again, it is showing me that she does have a desire to enjoy this money that she's earned. She may be doing a lot of pampering of herself. Okay. The next deck, what do we have here? All right, what we have here is overshares, what I just said. So she's on the phone talking here, number 71, and it's saying that she's oversharing. There's some kind of receipts with phones, text messages, emails. There's a paper trail. There's something that's going to come out because she's talking too much. That family is talking too much. They've already said too much. In Austin's reading, he said, pay attention to what's said, what's already been said, and what hasn't been said. There's a lot that's going to happen here. I actually see one of the players being breaking his silence and breaking off from the group. Is there a place called McKinney, Texas? I don't know if that's right. Let me look it up. Because I just heard like they may get a change of venue when it comes to this trial. I don't know if McKinney is a part of Texas or not. I could be wrong. But let me just double check. Okay, yes, it is a city in Texas. So I don't know what's going on with McKinney, but I just heard McKinney, Texas. Oh, wow, this is Collin County. That's why I heard it. That is so interesting, y'all. I didn't know anything about McKinney, Texas. Okay, this is so interesting. Okay, it says this is a rapidly growing city in Collin County, about 30 miles north of Dallas. Now, is this where it happened? Because that's not the city that they said the crime happened in. Give me a second. I don't know why I can't find this. Okay, so McKinney, Texas is where it happened. Okay, so why would I hear that? Oh, it's Frisco. I heard Frisco, Texas. I didn't know anything about McKinney. Well, maybe they're not going to get a venue change because I heard McKinney. That's interesting. Okay, I knew it was called Frisco, and I knew it was Collin County, but I had never heard of McKinney before. Okay, so I veered off a little bit, but yeah, there's something that will come out with this oversharing card. Show me more. We have belligerent, and this is that ex-husband of hers. Number 6 is showing up here. There's a person in a suit, but I'm not a person. I'm sorry. There's a gorilla in a suit, and it's showing a belligerent person yelling and screaming. Okay, so this gives me that they're talking too much. This family is talking too much, and it will backfire. All right, we have laying it on thick, number 10. So this is deception. They're all lying. They're sugarcoating the truth here. Wow, we have workplace, a hostile workplace environment, number 28. And I feel like this is obviously what they did to the Anthony family with the father. It shows something on getting fired. And at the bottom of the deck, we have guilty as charged. So this person is behind bars. There's a masculine here behind bars. All right. They're celebrating Karmelo's incarceration, not knowing that it's not going to stick. It will not stick. I am sticking by that. It will not stick. We're going to add some tarot questions at the end, okay? All right. There are a few more decks to get through here. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Ice King, number 42. This is a cold family. This family has a lot of narcissism. We have the house here. Looks like a courthouse, though, number 20, where judgment takes place. The judgment card, number 20. It says they sent a whole army after little old you. Wow, that's Karmelo's energy. He has a sword in his hand. He's fighting back. We have checkmate. And there's an angel here. And there's a woman that is being vindicated here. Checkmated. And there's a masculine that's very disgruntled and angry. And I told you all, he has a lot of spiritual protection around him. There's an ancestor watching over him. Well, this is Archangel Michael. And then we have number 77, the rising star. And I feel like this is Karmelo coming home in his prime, still able to get his education and go into sports if he chooses to. There's the spotlight focusing on him. And I feel like this is them very disgruntled. That family, very disgruntled. Okay, we just have a few more decks to get through before we ask the tarot question. Show me Meghan Metcalf's energy. All right, we have healing the inner child, all right? And there is a woman here holding a mirror, looking at her younger self. She said, there's a lot I need to work on within myself. I have issues that stem from my own childhood, the way I was raised. All right, we have the nightlife, gambling, take a risk in Vegas. So something to be going on with some gambling, some partying, some traveling, maybe to Vegas. All right, we have renewal here. A fresh start, transformation, divine detour, course correction, endings, new beginnings, redirection, recalibration, and metamorphosis. And so I do feel that there may be a move or some drastic change she's making. I feel like it's where she's living. All right, and we have sorrow, sadness, grief, loss, and pain. So again, obviously, she lost her son. Bottom of the deck, we have gloom. And I feel like this is a prediction of what's to come. Is raining cats and dogs. It says here, clouds don't stay forever. Depression, feeling down, low energy, and this too shall pass. Well, the next card is crushed, sad, broken, and feeling alone. There's no peace. There's no peace for these people. They know they're wrong. I'm going to get some specific answers in a moment. While I was just going to say, do they feel guilty? And the guilt card popped out. Guilt and sabotage. Okay. All right, now this is the last Oracle deck. All right, so we have playing safe. You know what you're capable of, so stop pretending you don't. Just to keep things safe, quiet, and familiar. And again, to show someone thinking about moving, traveling, leaving something behind. But I also feel like playing it safe is everybody that has worked in cahoots to take this young man down. It took all of them. It took an army of them to take down little old him, is what the card said. It's telling them to stop pretending like they don't know. Stop pretending like you don't know exactly what happened. All right, so we have physical passion. So again, there's a connection here. This connection is charged with desire. Just make sure your hearts aren't getting lost in the heat. So again, I do feel someone is possibly closing it up to her because of the money she has. She has to watch that. And we have common interests, shared passions, mutual hobbies, parallel curiosities. It's easy to bond when your worlds naturally overlap. I feel like that's all the kids involved, all the parents involved, and keeping this secret and covering up this crime. Bottom of the deck, we have avoiding pain. You've been sedating your soul with distractions and denial. But deep healing demands presence, not escape. So she's weren't trying to run away. They're trying to escape. Number one, the karma, the reality of what happened, but it's going to haunt them until they do the right thing. All right, let's get into the tarot. Meghan, what are your feelings on your son, Hunter, post the death of your other son? All right, we have the Three of Cups, Mercury in Cancer. All right, we have the Six of Cups, which is the twin card, and we have the King of Pentacles. So she's saying, look, I am successful. I'm financially stable because of this. She's also, I really strongly feel like we might have to give some thought to the fact that these kids have swapped positions. I don't know why they would be doing that. Because I feel some kind of way Hunter is involved, and I've said that since the beginning. But maybe his involvement is actually the fact that he's the one that's gone and it's Austin that's still here, which is very weird because I can't make sense of why they would be doing that. So her feelings for, I mean, she's showing me celebrations. It's showing me a lot of reminiscing. I feel like she's looking back on raising her children, times that they spent together, the three of them. And this King of Pentacles is usually the father figure, but I feel like she's saying, like, I was the breadwinner. I was the one that held everything together. Even if she wasn't financially, she felt like head of household. She felt like she was the one that kept the household intact. But also, this King of Pentacles is some kind of financial stability that has come out of this. And again, these people are celebrating, they're cheering. And I don't know what to make of that because there are three people on the card. Now, it just feels to me, I mean, even in the card with the children, there's an older woman and their two children here. Six of Cups does actually represent twins. And so she has the twin card here. Now, she could just be reminiscing. That's nostalgia. She could be thinking about a lot of the good memories, looking at old pictures of happier times or reminiscing about happier times. Show me more. Do you blame Hunter for his brother's death? We have the Strength card, but she's biting her tongue. Leo energy. She's closing the lion's mouth, saying, don't speak, don't say anything. All right, we have another yes here with the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the card of them healing. This is the card of them being meticulous and methodical. The details of the situation, they worked through them. They've had a lot of time to work through them between the incident and the trial date. And they're still cleaning up stuff. They're scrubbing the internet of stuff they've already taken. The original video used to be online. They took it off. She's trying to be patient with him. She's trying to heal with him because I think she does blame him. Do you blame him? We have yes, the Seven of Pentacles. Absolutely, she blames him and she's trying to patiently work through it. A lot of her grief, if in fact Austin is the one who's gone, is because he was her favorite. Like she's trying to adapt to these changes and just continue to move forward, even though she is very hurt. It's taken a lot for her to calm down. I do feel like behind the scenes, they don't necessarily get along with this Hunter. Okay, so I'm going to put these cards back. And I will start over. Meghan, show me the truth. What happened that day? What did Hunter tell you happened that day? All right, so we have the Seven of Wands reverse. This is an injury, y'all. Defensiveness, defenselessness, or excessive defenses, failure of defense, stubbornness, poor health, and loss of status. Leo Mars energy. We have the King of Wands here, Leo again. I feel like these cards, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and the King of Cups in the upright. Moon in Scorpio. Emotions were running high that day. She's talking about the pain and the separation that he shared with her of losing his brother. But the Ace of Cups in reverse is also unrequited love. I feel like he ignored, I keep saying this and I'm going to stick to this. If in fact it is Austin that is deceased, Austin wanted him to stop. He felt like he was taking it too far. It started off with them all being on one accord, but something happened where Austin started to change his mind. And I'm not saying this to suggest that Austin was some wonderful person, because I believe they were both bullies. But I think they met their match that day. And I feel like it wasn't even that Karmelo had to be violent. I think it was just simply that Karmelo would not move. They felt like they didn't have control over him. They thought he was going to be a coward, but he stood 10 toes down with this King of Wands. He wouldn't budge. And this put them into a distorted emotional space. Okay, now did he tell you that he's the one who accidentally unalived his brother? The Death card and the Page of Cups. Yes. Yes. Okay. This is apologetic energy. This Page of Cups is the child crying out to the mother or the father here with the King of Cups in the upright and the Page of Cups in the upright. That's father, that's son. That's father, that's child. And so, yeah, there is something here very apologetic about this. It does feel like there was a truthful confession and an expression of sorrow or regret or remorse about what happened due to the death of his brother, with the Death card being here, Scorpio energy. Did he intentionally, I'm asking the cards, did he intentionally unalive his brother out of jealousy? Okay, so we have the Five of Wands. This is the fight that took place. There are 5 people fighting on the card. Okay, this is a maybe. All right. So it could have just been an opportune time. That is rivalry, that is jealousy, that is opposition, that is a clash of egos. And I strongly feel that there was some point in this incident where Austin wasn't going along with the foolishness anymore. I feel like this King of Cups is him using his spirit of discernment and understanding that they were being bullies at the moment, and they outnumber Karmelo. And I do feel like there was a, hey, maybe, for instance, again, this is allegedly, he saw Hunter pull out the multi-tool. And as Hunter initially said that that was their multi-tool that fell and Karmelo picked it up and defended himself. He said that himself in the beginning, but of course the story changed. So I'm getting here in the commotion. The Five of Wands is a lot of commotion, a lot of disagreeable energy. There's a lot going on with this physical, contact, sport contact energy between these 5 people. And I strongly feel, there were 4 people around him, and Karmelo was the 5th person. I feel like they ended up turning on each other. Sometimes the Five of Wands is people turning on each other that started off as friends. Okay? But it gives me that maybe something happened where Austin said, hey, man, you're taking it too far. And I believe he felt like, you're in my way. Get out of my way. These are all just scenarios. Okay. Did you accidentally or intentionally harm your brother? All right, we have a yes, the Queen of Pentacles here. Wow. And I feel like he's saying, I love my brother, but I was tired of living in his shadows. Okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is a yes, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and we have the Hierophant. And I feel like that means that some authority figures know. The Hierophant is authority figures, the powers that be. They know, but there's money exchanging hands here. There's something to be gained monetarily, with this Queen of Pentacles and this Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, and we have the Seven of Cups here, which is smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors around this case. It's a lot of sugarcoating. Okay. So just the last few questions that I have regarding this case. Let's see what I want to know. So I feel like he has confessed that to both parents. Do you think or do you know that Karmelo is guilty or innocent? Let's do guilty first. Do you know or do you believe that Karmelo is innocent? No, let's do guilty. Do you believe that or know that Karmelo is guilty? Okay, we have the Three of Wands. That's a yes. All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So we have three yeses, and the Four of Swords is a maybe, but yes or no. All right, you know what I believe with this Ten of Pentacles here, Queen of Pentacles, she's the mother. The Ten of Pentacles is, the energy of the family, blood relatives. I feel like there's too much to lose here. I feel like the connections that they have is making this a false yes for me. I do believe that she's maybe starting to believe it because she's convinced herself, because that's the only way she can cope with the fact that he may not have done it, or she knows that he hasn't done it. This Four of Swords shows me somebody in a hospital, laying in the bed here. I feel like this is when she could have found out. Let me clarify these cards. Okay, show me the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is the Five of Swords and the Two of Cups. Again, the siblings fighting. She knows her children. The Five of Swords is also bullying energy. The Two of Cups is also another card representing siblings or twins. She's seeing her children as the aggressors. She's seeing them as the agitators, the initiators, the agent provocateurs. She sees them as bullies, as hostile, as violent. And the siblings are showing up here fighting. She knows. She turns her back. The card of the Three of Wands shows me somebody's back turned, almost like we're just going to keep moving forward like nothing ever happened, because that's all we can do. Show me the family secret here, because there's something in this family. Everybody is protecting each other. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Interesting. Wow. Foolish action, hasty decisions, unwise decisions, dependence, loss, deprivation, waste, theft, entanglement, guilty conscience, pollution, and financial failure. Was this due to money, a lack of being astute, affluent? Okay, we have the King of Pentacles here. Yeah, so this is the mother and the father collecting the coins, collecting the money, being financially stable as a result of this. They feel like they're in a different tax bracket now. They feel like they're set for life. The Ten of Pentacles is about financially being set for life, wanting for nothing. But it's ill-gotten. When the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, it literally talks about materialism, superficiality, bad investments, shady business dealings. And the mother and the father are here. The Ten of Pentacles is the Queen and King of Pentacles starting a family. So this is them and their family, their blood relatives. She knows that this boy didn't do this. All right, what is Queen of Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles is showing up as the Five of Wands reverse. It's just another card of fighting. That's bitter competition. And the Three of Cups reverse, yes, absolutely. So the Three of Cups reverse talks about friendships falling apart. And I told you all, they're going to start turning on each other. That's what's going to happen here. I feel like there's money exchanging hands to keep people quiet. They know this boy didn't do this. What is the Four of Swords? This could be her lying awake at night, feeling overwhelmed because she has a guilty conscience. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. I think she thinks about her son confessing to her. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Hierophant. Again, this is a secret that goes high up the chain of command, you all. Authority figures are involved in this. Taurus energy in Libra, Moon in Libra energy, the Two of Swords, which feels like it's an energy of feeling stuck, damned if you do, damned if you don't, between a rock and a hard place. I do feel like this is eating away at everybody involved, but they have taken some kind of oath here. The Hierophant is putting up the fingers like he's doing the peace sign, but this is like the oath keepers. These are the people that represent the structure, the government, the authority figures in that town. Everybody's being blinded to it. The blindfold is actually off of the woman's eyes here, which is unusual, which means that she knows the truth here. So she knows. Now I'm going to get cards regarding his innocence really quickly, just like 2 cards. his innocence. She has the Hermit card here. She feels like he's in isolation, and the Page of Wands. She feels like his biggest mistake was not speaking up for himself. She feels like he should have spoken up for himself with this Hermit card. She feels like he was out on a limb by himself, being a loner. He was in isolation. And this Page of Wands is like, they are all celebrating what they feel like is a victory. But they don't realize the High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. Everything done in the dark comes to the light. The Nine of Cups, Karmelo will get the last laugh. He surely will. He surely will. But these people are keeping secrets. All right, guys. Thank you for being here with me. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. I will see you in my next video.